So we're on the roof of BMW of Bridgeport's showroom and service center located at 43 North Avenue, just minutes off of exit 5 on Route 8. And today we're taking a look at the 2017 BMW 740e xDrive iPerformance plug-in hybrid. So I'm going to quickly explain what that long name means. The E stands for electric, and that's because this car is a plug-in hybrid. xDrive meaning it's got BMW's signature all-wheel drive system, and iPerformance, and that means basically this is worked on by the I division of BMW. So as you know, they have the I division and the M division. The I division is responsible for cars like the i3 and the i8. So they actually had a part in making this car, which is because it's a plug-in hybrid. So they took some of the features and parts from cars like the i3 and i8 and put them into the 740e. A similar car, but of M performance, would be something like the M550 or the M240, where they have a lot of M features, but they're not a full M car. So this car has the M Sport package equipped, which gives us a couple upgrades, most notably the front grille and air intakes, which are much more aggressive and a little bit lower. And you get the 19-inch M Sport light alloy double spoke wheels, which match the exterior color of the car really well. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about the 7 Series as a whole. This is BMW's largest sedan. It's their flagship model. It's typically the most luxurious. It's got the most advanced technology, and this one certainly is. It's got, hand gestures, a touch screen, voice control, and that's only to use the iDrive system. So we're going to go ahead and pop the hood of this car and take a look at the inline 4-cylinder engine. It's connected to a twin turbo that BMW uses on pretty much all their cars now, and the gas engine alone can make 255 horsepower, but it does have the electric motor as well. So when combined, it gets 322 horsepower, which isn't bad considering it's only a 4-cylinder engine, and it can make 369 pound-feet of torque. And so the real kicker is, because of the electric motor, when you look at the combined fuel economy, it's 64 miles per gallon. So it's an expensive car, but you'll be saving a lot of money because you'll have much fewer gas costs. So then that power is controlled through an 8-speed automatic transmission that has paddle shifters. It is the 7 Series. And then it's 0 to 60 is actually only 5.1 seconds, which when you factor in the weight of this car, around 5,000 pounds, and the fact that it only has 322 horsepower, that's pretty good. The car weighs exactly 4,740 pounds. So that feature I just demonstrated right there is called the soft close automatic doors. So you don't have to pull the door completely closed, it'll close automatically. It's pretty self-explanatory. So I'm going to go over a few of my favorite things on the interior of this car, one of which, besides the soft close automatic doors, is the instrument cluster, which actually changes depending on what mode you're in. So we're in comfort right now, and it displays the current speed and our battery charge. If you cycle to sport, it'll change that battery percentage to a tachometer. In Eco Pro mode, it's the same as it is in comfort, displaying your battery charge as well as the extra mileage that was gained by using Eco Pro mode. And then adaptive, it'll change the drive settings according to whatever conditions you're in, but that looks pretty similar to comfort. So moving over to the center area, one of my favorite things over here is actually the AC controls, which is, it's kind of, pretty standard in most cars. What they did here is they actually put a little screen so you can change the strength of the AC. You have your heated seat controls right here, and right next to that is ventilated seat controls. That actually works really well. I've never been in a car that has that, and that's something that I've really come to enjoy. So then right up here we've got temperature controls for this vent, and you can just tap where you want it to go, or you can just tap the end and it'll slide down. But I think the integration of screens everywhere is really cool, and it makes the car just even more easy to interact with. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the iPerformance features of the car. By the front left wheel, there's a charging point where you can plug in any DC charger or a connected wall outlet. So as we go ahead and we look on the interior of the car, you'll notice the eDrive button. So when you boot the car up, it's an auto eDrive, which is system-controlled electric driving, meaning that the car will cycle through the gas engine and electric motor to give your car the best fuel efficiency. If you click the eDrive button once, we'll go into Max eDrive, which is essentially you use only the electric battery, so it's going to limit some of your acceleration and your top speeds, but you're giving off 0 emissions and it saves your gas because you're using only the battery. The third option is pretty cool, and that would be battery control. So the way that works is you set a battery target value, and once it dips down to that value, it'll switch to the gas engine, so that way you can save battery for when you really need it. So for example, you're driving on the highway using the gas engine, but you're going to pass through a city, and you don't want to give off emissions during the city, so you hit battery control, so then that way when you're passing through the city, you can switch over to maxi drive and give off 0 emissions. So it's where on the interior where the 740e really begins to shine, and that's just because it's a 7 Series. It's incredibly luxurious on the inside. So you have some standard BMW features like the LCD screen and Harman Kardon speakers, which sound great. Even at half volume, it's super loud. You know, I love the interior quality. The black leather looks really nice, especially with the way the leather is stitched on the seats, and it looks almost quilted in a way. And the second row there's tons of leg room. You know, you can really fit almost 3 full-sized adults back there. So I'm going to review some of the packages that are equipped on this car that we're reviewing. The first is the executive package, which gives you power window shades, as well as ventilated and multi-contour seats. They're super comfortable, they look nice. So then you also get the heads-up display, which is one of the more advanced ones. It's in color. It also displays the speed limit of the area that you're in. So the Driver's Assistance Plus package gives us a driving assistant. You know, it gives you steering assist, which is really cool. I was kind of surprised by that feature. When you put the car in reverse or you hit the rear view camera button, it will give you a 3D view of the car, including showing how wide the car is with its doors open. So we also get things on this car like blind spot detection, lane departure control, and frontal collision warning. So, you know, if you're about to hit something, you start snoozing and start veering out of the lane, the car will, in the case of the frontal collision, it'll actually brake for you, and the lane departure, it'll make a noise to wake you up or grab your attention, so you veer back into lane. It gives you a parking assistant, and that's actually nuts. I use that on the 530i, and the car just parks itself, and it's a little bit nerve-wracking to be in, but it's really cool to see, you know, the wheels spin on its own, and the car does a really good parking job. So we also get active cruise control, which means that it can just follow the car in front of you. You don't have to set a certain speed. And it has automatic lane keeping, so, you know, along with lane departure warnings, it'll help keep you in the lane. The cold weather package gives us a heated steering wheel, as well as heated front and rear seats. So this is a really cool car to get the chance to review. You know, I like how they really integrated the hybrid features into the car, but they did it in such a way so that it still feels and drives like a BMW. And the interior of the car is absolutely stunning, just the way it looks, and then all the technology and features. There's so many touch screens everywhere. You know, you've got touch screens for your climate control, as well as just the temperature. It's, you know, really seamless, and you can just tell that everything is of the highest build quality. So thank you for watching, and have a good day.